We live by the process, not by goals and objectives. Remember yourself. You never dreamed of pink Ferraris back then. And what applies to the micro applies to the macro. Nikola Tesla himself had to stop focusing on the goal of saving the whole world. And so what? Nothing worked out for him. Nothing of what he planned, maybe 1%. The reason is incorrect self-positioning and false perceptions. That is all.
As I stated, the key is to step back, not get stuck in all this, because when we declare, it means we have an excess of unrealized energy inside us, which basically doesn't let us feel calm, harmonious, and live normally. Because often we know situations, for instance, a girl declares that she wants a happy relationship, right? And she keeps stating it, and wanting it. But for her, let's say, the program is that she first needs to grow in her career, or move somewhere. Well, those are many steps that need to be taken for those relationships to eventually appear for her, right? But she, for example, by stating this and wanting it, is cutting off certain fragments of her life and path of development that would lead her there.
Let's go back to the origins we talked about. We live by the process, not by goals and tasks. And we have a fundamental element of feeling. And if we take truly harmonious processes, we find that we have no goals or declared intentions. Remember yourself. You never dreamed of pink Ferraris, billionaires, husbands, or anything like that. Blah, blah, blah. You were just expressing yourself right here and now, how you like the process. And after all, as it is in the micro, so it is in the macro.
Well, that is, we express things during our lives, right, that are available to us now to make it happen.
Are elements that make up our life into the total volume of processes. And the main element in all of this, we have already discussed this topic for men. Pleasure and a state of happiness. For a woman, it is the thrill of the process and love for her own orgasms. Well, in simple terms, right? And that means if we are talking about pleasure and thrills, well, male pleasure, female thrills, right? Whatever we do, wherever we are, whether building, working, interacting, watching movies, listening to music, or traveling, our goal is to be in a state of pleasure or enjoyment while doing it. When this is present, and I have already said that the system only works when we experience these states, we can do the right things and lay down the past, that is, the dead, which means it will not lead to efficiency. That is why we look at how much we can enjoy and get pleasure from the little things.
Right. There is also a question here that many imply when you say that joy is in the little things, right? And from these small things, a big perspective is formed. There are situations where people say, I enjoy this. And you say, you enjoy this because you are merging into it and not going there.
Because there is the concept of development and creation. You know, like some people say, I get a kick out of, certain banned substances. Well, excuse me, let's take a look at your health.
Well, if someone gets a kick out of drawing, and for them, it's a cop-out.
Remember, we talked about it, right? That it's okay, he can draw, but you need to put love into it and sell these paintings. If they are not bought by anyone, it's a failure. Well, not bought by anyone.
So, a drain is everything that does not resonate with the outside world.
Yes. Basically, if someone, just has their hands grow from the right place, unlike where many people's hands grow from, or had good plastic surgery and their hands were moved to the proper place, and they just make masterpiece chairs and store them in their basement. Zero success, most likely depression and issues with life potential. And all of his talents and abilities will be nullified in just a few years. If he doesn't let anyone else interact with those chairs, then it's all, as we've already said, going down the drain. That's how it is. It has to serve the world, God, the universe, society, and people. And only through resonance can we then obtain it. Yes, there are conservative, dogmatic people, and there are those who were ahead of their time, like Nikola Tesla, or many others, who supposedly would have been appreciated here. But they wouldn't have been appreciated because they possessed a set of qualities that wouldn't have made them successful there or here. Why? Because the same Nikola Tesla needed to stop making it his goal to save the whole world and electrify the entire planet Earth, and instead spend most of his life on how, yes, he succeeded in making light bulbs to earn multi-billions or trillions of dollars, and then, from that position, yes, later than he had planned. Electrify, the entire planet Earth with a wireless electrical grid and monopolize it all. But he turned on the rush, the dogmatism, the goal-setting, self-deception, and deceiving others. And what? Nothing came of it. Nothing of what he planned, maybe 1%. The reason is incorrect self-positioning and false perceptions. That is all. A wonderful man. But while having vision, intuition, and technical clairvoyance, as a person, he was categorically, pretentiously idealistic, very linear, and aggressive. That is all. And what should you do in this case? You need to admit it to yourself. You need to express how you would like things to be, and accept that it might never happen at all. That is when changes will slowly start to take place. But when we don't change these postulates, what does it all lead to? It leads to the fact that even our boldest processes, ideas, they drown in false paths that we came up with for only one simple reason: that we didn't set out to work on our false beliefs.